All right, welcome back, everybody. This is going to be a recap on my trades today for this Tuesday, June 27, 2023. Okay, so very first trade out of the gate this morning was JDST, my favorite. As you know, I did buy some JDST this morning. I bought pre-opening here. The entry was somewhere around 847, 848. Bought here at the yellow line. It was an HF1 buy as well. Couple things had going for me. My favorite pattern, also my favorite stock right now, JDST. Did have three other levels up here. It did finally penetrate the third level. That's exactly where I exited on JDST. So nice little first trade. Second thing I took is I was in, let me see here. I did a little bit of AREB. I'll show you those results on that. But BDTX also entered, and one of the few that I'm going to continue to hold overnight. BDTX, let's look at that real quick. All right, got into BDTX. I've traded BDTX before. This is going to be healthcare. They had a nice report on coming out on their anti-tumor drug. And so it's the only reason I held it. I did buy a whole lot, but I am carrying this overnight. Yes, penetrated 1, 2, 3, 4. And then later on, we did have a fifth level up here. So I'm carrying this overnight, light position. You can see I had a little bit of sell-off, a little bit of profit taking there, but then it finally started taking off again. And we came into, let's see here, very end of the day, just kind of hanging in there. I have about $2.50 profit already on BDTX. So I'm going to be watching that in the morning, looking to get out of that, so we'll keep an eye on that. Also wanted to show you DRMA. Once again, another healthcare. I believe they're into dermatology. I think something to do with acne. I think they had some reports come out on some of their therapies. So let's look at DRMA. All right, so here we go. DRMA. Took a loss on DRMA, but there's something I want to show you here. Before we do that, I want to show you my morning watch list. Now, this is the morning watch list that came out. It goes to all our subscribers. We do post this in the morning. I did trade, obviously, BDTX was the number one highest volume this morning on our watch list. So, it's one reason. I did trade CNTG. I believe I traded ICIU, AREB, and there was another one here that was not on the watch list that kind of popped up late on our scan, and we traded a little bit of that. But DRMA was one of those that popped up late, and I wanted to show you DRMA. DRMA. Now, I did buy DRMA. Unfortunately, it only hit level 1. It did not come up to level 2, and I did finally hit a stop down here. I exited and took a loss on DRMA, and I'll show you those results in a minute. But I'm going to have this back on my watch list again tomorrow. The question is, well, why would you want to have it back on your watch list? I'm going to show you that here in just a second. So you're looking at a 1 minute chart. I'm going to pull up a daily chart. And I want you to look at this daily action right here, okay? So a lot of times when you have this kind of nice move coming up on that, and you have 3-day pullback, what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow morning is this pullback may have just been some early profit taking. I'm not 100% convinced that it's not going to go back up, so I am going to be looking for another buy tomorrow. So in the morning, this will be my watch list. I'm going to be looking at Bookmap, and I want to see if we have any buyers coming in. If I see some good-sized lots of buyers coming in, and I see this starting to move higher, and I get a nice little setup, I'm jumping back in on DRMA. All right, so I do want to buy again on DRMA, so I'm going to keep that on the watch list. So overall for the stocks, not a bad day. Let's get this out of here. So once again, BDTX, not a closed out trade yet. Still holding that. JDST, once again, my favorite. Picked up a little bit of money on JDST. Also had AREB. Once again, this is the watch list over here. Made a little bit of money on AREB. DRMA, this is the one that I took the loss in. This was not on the, this came in after I initially posted the watch list. Let's see here. Also, AREB. Trade a little bit of, well, I show the AREB. Let's see. What was the, there's another one in here. ACIU. Not too bad. Made $100. ENVX. Wasn't really doing anything. That also came in late. I got out of that because it just wasn't moving at all. But CNTG, second one on my watch list, did really well on that as well. So anyway, most of everything on the watch list I was trading. They all had nice little patterns setting up. So once again, the process is I put out this watch list after I scan all the different stocks. I have 2 different scanners that I have running at all times. And so I look at a lot of different parameters, and I like to see some correlation with some of them. So if I have one scanner and it comes up with a particular stop, like BDTX, the other scanner with a different set of parameters is also coming up with BDTX, I'm going to make note of it. Then I'm going to go look at the charts. If I see some pattern setting up, then I'm going to go ahead and post it in my watch list. So I do all that for you. That's something I just do, and I put that in out for our subscribers, so they have a starting point of what stocks to look at. The rest is pretty simple. Just wait for the patterns to set up. Once that's set up, run Einstein. Einstein will give us the levels. I'll run the levels for everybody. A lot of people don't have access to running the levels. I'll run the levels for you. And then you decide what level you want to get out. If it's strong, a lot of times we'll try to carry it a little bit further. And if it's weak, then, we'll just go for that first level. Unfortunately, like I said, on DRMA, it hit that first level, but it pulled back right away. And so I'm still thinking that we're going to see more buying action coming in. So not done yet with DRMA. All right, let's take a look and see what we did on gold. Gold was the only one I traded. Didn't do anything in the indices today. We did have setups, but I was just too busy, unable to take those trades. But we did have a carryover from gold. We traded that, and also we had another setup on gold. So let's look at our gold for today. All right, so here's the gold trade that I put on yesterday. Once again, carried this overnight, as I mentioned. Last night I entered, gosh, I was in this trade, entered around, what time was it? Probably 9:22, 9:23, something like that. I carried it all day. This is overnight session. And this was my stop sitting at this red line down here. I was in this for quite a while, and I did have a target, which it never hit, but it did hit my stop, and I'll show you that here. It came really close overnight, and it hit it. I'd been this 24 hours, finally hit it here on the sharp move down. I did enter a short, took a reversal, added 2 additional contracts on it, 2 or 3, I can't remember. Anyway, I took a short here on the gold and exited short almost on the slow. It retested it back over here. I don't know if it ever went lower. It may have. No, it did not. So anyway, that was my profit target. I did hit profit target. Net on everything for the gold was $350. So not a big day. Did take a loss on the prior day, but I was able to recapture that, and then by adding, I was able to gain $315. So ended up making money on the gold. All right, so I will hold the gold overnight, as I mentioned, particularly in the middle of the week or in the beginning of the week. I do not like to put any gold trades on Friday, and I don't like to carry those over the weekend. I certainly don't mind carrying it during the week because gold's kind of a slow mover, so I'm okay holding on to it. All right, now I will do that. I very seldom do that with the indices. I will do that for an indice. Don't like to carry indices through the weekend. I don't like to carry a stock through the weekend. But if I like what I'm seeing and we're in the early part of the week, I will go ahead and hold a position on overnight. I don't like to do a lot of that. I like to square up at the end of the day, not have any of that overnight exposure. If I'm sitting here, if I could trade 24 hours a day, then have no issues, but I can't. So really don't like positions to be on overnight because you really never know what's going to happen. But put your stops in, protect yourself. Worst case scenario, you get stopped out overnight. Don't recommend it until you become more of an experienced trader. I would highly recommend you stick with your short-term trades and keep them down to getting in and getting out the same day. Try not to hold anything overnight. All right, so real quick for everybody, we are changing the way we're doing things. We are going to start putting everything on Discord. It allows me to manage everything in one place, so I don't have, Zoom over here, and I have a live trading room over here, and I have people asking me about different setups and a different place and everything else. So I'm consolidating everything. Also consolidating the packages. Right now I do offer 3 packages: gold and silver and platinum. Platinum is going to be the one where I teach everything that you learn in silver and gold, including Einstein. Well, those 2 levels, silver and gold, are going to go away, and we're only going to have platinum. All right. So I am offering all our existing silver and gold members, and if you are a prior silver or gold member, you can still get the discount. It will only be available up until July 15th. And on July 15th, only the platinum membership will be available. And if you want to upgrade after July 15th, you will have to pay for the full price of platinum. There will no longer be any kind of discounted upgrade. So right now, everybody will be getting an email. We're going to send an email out letting you know that you will still can upgrade if you want to, whether you're going from silver to platinum or gold to platinum. We are going to have a 40% discount. Also, if you're new and you haven't bought any packages and you want to get in before July 15th, you can also fully buy the platinum membership and get the 40% discount. Okay, if you're interested in that, let me know. But after July 15th, everybody, whether you're an existing member, prior member, new, you will have to purchase the platinum membership. And why I'm doing that will be explained in the email that's going to be going out here in a day or so. All right, so just let everybody know that. I think it's going to make the room a lot easier to manage. Everybody's going to be on the same page, and we can focus on just trading. Okay, I am a trader. I am not somebody who goes out and markets a ton of trading systems that are basically junk. I've been doing this for 40 years. I've been a long-term trader. If you're interested in seeing some of the things that I've done in the past, I wrote a really good article back in early 88, 89. It's still available on the web or on my website to show that I have been around this trading for a long, long time. Okay, so I'm not one of these guys who's only been trading for a couple years. Here's the problem with that, all right? Anybody can do really well over a few years, but it's very difficult to be a long-term trader. A lot of people come in and they do well in a bull market. As soon as it turns bearish, they blow out. All right, and I've seen a lot. Or they're really good. They start their trading career in a bear market, and they learn how to trade. Then when it goes bullish, they blow out. All right, so that's the problem with following people that have only been in this business for a short period of time. But once again, whether you want to take that advice or not, that's certainly up to you. But if you're going to be following anybody, you want them to have a long-term record of being a trader for a long period of time, 10, 20 years, because 10, 20 years, we have seen pretty much everything. We've been in bear markets, we've been in bull markets, we've been in sideways markets. We've been in all kinds of markets, okay? If you want to learn how to trade, I can show you how to trade, all right? If you want me to sell you some sort of fancy indicator that is just a rehash of what everybody else is doing and promise you you're going to get rich. I'm not your guy. I'm a real trader. That's what I do. I don't have a big staff. But I will teach you my approach to trading. And for those that are interested, I will do my best to help you become a successful trader. All right. So I don't like to have a whole lot of people in my program. So I try to limit my memberships. And so I can be focused on helping them trade because I'm also trading myself. So that being said, be looking out for that email. Once again, we'll be back again tomorrow. I will have the watch list out again. And DRMA, it's on my watch list already for tomorrow. I'm watching DRMA. All right, everybody have a good day. See you tomorrow.